What's up guys, Eric Beer here. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're gonna talk about what drives people, the motivation, and how people get results. It comes down to two things, pain versus pleasure. So stick around, we'll be right back to get into what that means. I was thinking about this the other day, right? Like as you're trying to market to these different people in your universe, a big mistake that we make, that we tend to try to create our message and try to get people to take action based on what our goals are and the results that we want. It's a huge mistake that entrepreneurs make. We already know that. You're not your customer, so you shouldn't be trying to go and do what you want. You want to know what they want to buy. Certainly in the e-commerce world, right? If you're in that world today, well then you have to be smart enough to understand your audience, understand their mindset so that you can cater to them. That's why surveys work. I'm not plugging my surveys in this at all. That's why surveys, quizzes, assessments, all that stuff that's in Survey Detective, they work, right? Because you're able to research, you're able to communicate with your audience, they're able to give you feedback, they're able to tell you things that they like, that they want. You're able to then look at that data and make decisions and then be able to build businesses around it. But that's the point, right? So you could be in any business and it may not be your diehard, but you got to do what you got to do. You're a marketer. You got to find a way to get in the eyes of that person and get them to take action. Entrepreneurs, we're very different, right? If you're a coach and you're trying to coach other people to do what you do, right? If you're in the info product world and you're an expert or you master something and now you want to go and pass this on to other people and get them to do what you do. I built a business. I know how to do lead generation, right? I can show you how to build lead generation companies using my survey platform. I can teach you that. I'm very different in one respect than someone who's coming to me from the reasons why. It's interesting when we think about pain versus pleasure and what drives people. And I'll give you an example of that and how you have to think about this when you're marketing to your audience. Pleasure is something where if I make $1 million, I'm gonna use that $1 million to go buy Porsche 911 Turbo. Then I'm gonna buy a second home. I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna buy my kids something. Everything I just described to you is me thinking about pleasurable things that I can do if I'm successful. Now, on the flip side, from pain, examples of that would be if I make $1 million, I can pay off my student loan. I can get out of credit card debt. I'm gonna pay off my mortgage. All of those things are painful to somebody and they're life-changing. The point is that most people, most entrepreneurs, for the most part, are doing things for pleasure, if you think about that. Most people that are out there are doing it for pleasure. But at some point in their life, entrepreneurs like myself, okay, I had to do this. I'm an entrepreneur because I want pleasurable things. I want to be there. However, I had a lot of pain points in the beginning. I needed to make money. I needed to make a living. I needed to create a foundation for myself. So in the beginning of my career, I was really focused more on the pain points that I was trying to solve for myself. If I made all this money early on in my career, I wasn't going and buying a Porsche. I wasn't buying a second, I didn't even own a first home. I wasn't buying a second home. That's just not where I was in my life. And that's very typical for people that are starting out. We all can teach you how to be successful. And if you immerse yourself in it and you go deep and repeat it, stay until you're successful, it'll work. Your goals in the beginning could be very different than mine. People that want to learn from me how to build a business, want to learn how to use my survey platform, how to generate revenue, cash flow, showing you strategies on how to generate leads with my survey platform. It's likely most of you are going to be coming here because of some pain point. So from my perspective as a marketer, I need to think about that. When I'm promoting, when I'm trying to get people to do something, when you're promoting it to your audience, you got to think about it. What's the result? We all want the same result. We all want to make money. But why? What's the meaning behind it? And you understand that, your marketing message your click rates will be better immediately. Just understanding that little piece. Is my audience here to run away from pain, or are they here because they want to go get some more pleasurable things? It's not about what you want, it's about what they want. And it's not just the result. I'll say that again, because this is where I think people confuse it. The result, yes, is always the same for your segments. You're selling the same thing. someone that's buying a chair that massages you, the end result is they want to relax and sit down in that chair and get massaged, and they're spending a lot of money on it. Is somebody spending money on it because they have too much money? It's just a fun thing that they're gonna put in their house and spend $5,000 on, and it may sit there and no one's ever gonna use it, pleasure? Or is someone spending $5,000 because they have some ailments in their body and they need it, not because it's pleasurable, because they have pain, and you're gonna solve some pain. It's different. The mindset of that person is very different. The psychology behind that, the way you market to that person would be different. It's really important for you guys to understand the pain versus pleasure. Which one is your audience focused on? What is your marketing message? You could have two segments. You could have a segment that is focused on pain and a segment that's focused on pleasure. That's why we segment. That's the whole point in what I'm doing here. That's the power of Survey Detective and what we do and what I show you. So pain versus pleasure, when you're doing any of your marketing, you need to understand that. You need to really grasp that. You need to understand your audience, and you need to understand their why. You need to understand why they want that result so that you can craft a message that's going to be relatable. They're gonna feel like you understand them. They're gonna have a connection with you, and then they're gonna wanna do whatever it is you tell them to do. Guys, hope this was helpful. If you're not subscribed, subscribe here. If you have a comment about what I'm talking about, talk to me, respond, engage, ask me questions. Happy to help you. If there's somebody you think would get some value out of this, share this. I really appreciate it. With that said, I appreciate you guys listening. I'm wishing you all the best. Until next time, I'm out.